Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk Tuesday. On this Tech Talk Tuesday, we are going to talk about the under bumper front mud flaps that we love so much up here in the north. And a customer asked me, how do you install those, Mike? What do you use for brackets? And I thought, you know what? That's a great question. We should do a Tech Talk on it. So let's take a look. So this is the 367 set forward that I was showing you guys. Now, on the 367 set forward, I'm gonna open the hood, and the same could be true for a 389, well, 389 short hood for sure, possibly a long hood. You know, and usually, well, that's if they've got the same bumper. Now, oh, look at that paint. Oh, just love it. The metallic, there again. Black diamond. I don't know if you can see it really well, but it's just popping. Even though it's dirty, but you know what? Like I said before, it's dust. Although it is greening up nicely, but anyways. So what we use is an aluminum angle. And on this one, because of the Aurora driving lights, we actually notched it to go around the driving lights. And then we pick up one of the bolts right there for the bumper mount beside the radiator. So you can see that there from the underside. And like on this one, because of the driving light, this is actually a factory bracket. And look at how well this works with the Aurora lights on this factory bracket. Super nice. We have to drill one hole in the corner of the bumper here, and then we curve the angle so it matches the bumper. And when you're putting excuse me, when you're putting front bumper mud flaps on, the important thing to do is to run a hard plastic mud flap behind, because as the air pushes it, it keeps it from pushing into your tire and wearing out your flap. So if you don't have this hard plastic, pushes into your tire, and then it of course wears your mud flap out. But and this is it from the bottom. The nice thing with this is the mud flap goes straight across, so it's an easy trim. We have done angle brackets, like the angle iron on an angle, but then you have to cut your flap on an angle to match. This is a nice clean option for this particular setup. So anyways, let's go check out, well, you know what, I'll close the hood first, and then we'll go check out a 367 setback, or maybe even a 567. Sorry, I was just Googling my old Super Duty. That's the old Super Duty right there. That's the Duty. Yeah, gotta love it. I know, it's a little bit off topic, but that's my 99. My 99 Super Duty. I bought that pickup brand new in 1999. Traded it off in 2004 because my oldest son was in his car seat kicking on my armrest, and it was really annoying, so I bought a crew cab. I always said that was one of the worst things I ever did, was get rid of that pickup, because that one has a 7.3, and I traded it for one with a 6-liter. Well, if you know your diesel engines, you'll know the Ford 6-liter was not a stellar engine and had a few issues. After blowing up a turbo, going through 2 engines, blowing up an intercooler, yeah, I bought a GM. Now this is Blue Valley Trucking's new truck, and I'm gonna be very careful. So, back to the task at hand. Under bumper mud flaps, oh yes. Now this one has the Aurora driving lights as well. Now on the 367 setback, it's a little bit easier because you can run your bar flat because the bumper is flat and not angled. And these are the brackets we make up. We have 2 chunks of aluminum angle iron. We pick up a bolt in the side of the bumper here, run our angle across, and then we tack weld. Well, actually we don't tack weld it, we weld it welded like this, and then pick up this radiator bolt. And the nice thing with doing it that way. It keeps your mud flap back a bit so that it keeps your mud flap back so that you don't have your mud flap out here and then it doesn't cover the tire. And the other thing we do is keep the mud flap out a bit and then just cut it on a bit of an angle, because you can see the mud, well, the tire actually sticks out past the bumper a little bit. So, and here's a better look from the underside. So you can see we pick up one of these bumper mounts, bolts into the angle, weld this other angle on, and you'll note we use stainless hardware so that way it doesn't rust, so you don't get rust streaks, and it just keeps it nice. The other thing our guys do in the body shop is they add a couple stainless bolts down here just to keep it tight with the hard mud flap in behind to keep it from blowing back into the tire. And that's it. That's how we do our under bumper mud flaps. So it's not too technical, but you know what? It takes a little bit to do. And this one here is a 367, and I'll show you. It's basically exactly the same as a 567. You can actually see that on this one, we have cut down our driving light bracket to make room for our Aurora driving lights. So if we look, they are close to being perfectly square in the hole. You know, because that's one thing that we really think about when we're going to mount driving lights or under bumper mud flaps. It's got to be symmetrical. You know, we want it to be symmetrical. It's got to look good, and most importantly, it's got to be functional. You know, when we do these lights and bumpers, it's not just because it looks cool. It really truly has a function. And you know, in our logging application, you know, you look at these tires. When they pick up a rock, they can be a good sized tire. They grab a rock, the rocks come off, it hits the ground or it shoots out, you hit it, or pardon me, the rock shoots out, hits the ground, bounces up, and you drive into it. And that's what causes lots of broken headlights, chips, all the rest of it. So yeah, that's it. That's why we do our under bumper mud flaps. So close the hood. Oh yeah, just absolutely love this truck. Check out those headlights. You know what? There's another beautiful thing about a Peterbilt 567 is you still have headlight pod options. And the nice thing is, these are mounted to the hood hinges. And you can see how in there, you can see the hood hinge bracket. And looks like they just had to give it a little bit of a trimmy there. But this is not mounted to your hood. So this is metin. And you know, if you've got a T800, a newer T800, you'll know that metin hoods crack. And the reason why they crack on a T800 is because the hood was never designed to be made out of metin. Whereas these new hoods, and even the T880, they're designed to use, well, they're designed to be made out of metin. So that's part of the reason why they mount the headlights there. But it's just absolutely fantastic. And these are tough. This is why I say, and this is a perfect example, why the Peterbilt trucks are one of the toughest in the industry now. A little thing like that as to how your headlights are mounted, you don't have any weight on your fender, and you know, you'll be able to basically beat the crap out of this truck. You're not going to have headlight issues, you're not going to have hood issues, and it's just going to go to work and take a beating. Now, I don't think you should necessarily beat on your truck, because, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't deserve it. I mean, it's a beautiful truck, but you know what? We build trucks to work, and that's what we do. So 567 hood's been out for like 7-8 years. Never had any issues with the hood. Haven't had any cracking, haven't had any delamination, just nothing. How many times can you say that with a new model, that it comes out and you have no issues? And I hate to say it's a new model, because like I say, 7 or 8 years, she's been out for a while, and don't you worry, we've tested them. But anyways, guys, that's it for Tech Talk Tuesday. Thanks for watching. If you want some under bumper mud flaps, And if you don't want to make those brackets, feel free to give our Peterbilt Pacific in Prince George a call, and we can make you up some brackets so that all you have to do is basically go and bolt them onto your truck. So I'll maybe leave our number down in the description, and you can call our parts guys, call Peterbilt Prince George. And you know what, our body shop guys might hate me because it's going to create a whole bunch of work, but you know what, there's nothing cooler than a Peterbilt with under bumper mud flaps. So, and at the end of the day, if you guys want them, we're going to build them for you, and you know, sell them to you for a reasonable cost. But anyways, guys, like I said, that's it for this Tech Talk Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Peterbilt Mike, peace. You know, as a disclaimer, I'm not dishing on Kenworth because their hood's cracked. It's just the reality. Anybody that has a T800 that's worked in the bush with the new Metten hoods knows they crack. Usually in the, like in the top left-hand corner. If you're, yeah. It's just, they weren't designed for Metten. They were designed for fiberglass. So, what do you do? It's not a dig on Kenworth, it's just reality. So, unfortunately, there are a lot of realities that we deal with on a day-to-day. You guys know better than anybody else. So, anyways, just had to throw that in there. So, yeah, what do you do, eh? It's probably why it won't be around for very much longer. Good thing we got those. Yeah, 567s and 367s.